Hey y'all, this is Malicus, just throwing out a video of the Necromancer in the Diablo 4 open beta. Just wanted to showcase what I did for leveling. I see a lot of people complaining that Necromancer feels weak, mostly with what I consider unfair comparisons to the Sorcerer, which is kind of a just throw out Arc Lightning and Hydras and run in circles. Not the most fun, but certainly powerful. The way I played my Necro leveling, and even now at endgame, is more of a Lord of the Dead commander sort of style, where I enable them to do things through virtues of healing and debuffs and stuff like that. I also use Blood Nova, but this is the early level. You see we just hit 14 there. So I'm just showing we're going through skills that we use, primarily Decrepify and Enhanced Decrepify are what makes this build fun, in my opinion. It debuffs all your enemies, they're slow, 20% damage reduction to everything, and the most important portion of this is any damage they take, including your hits and your minion hits, have a chance to stun. So if you've got 5 skeletons going ham on a boss, that's pretty good odds, especially with you attacking in the background too. We put some passive point investment that we'll talk about later into making their damage and their health better. I didn't have any issues with them dying, really. I had heard some scattered comments about them just like falling over, or not attacking at all, but they seem pretty aggressive. I have a lot of footage and instances where my skeletons run off in a direction and I'm like, what's over there? And I follow after them and they found something to kill, so I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's a monitor thing, because I have an ultra wide, maybe I don't. I'm not sure how that works on a programming end. Anywho, so I'm liking Necromancer so far. I like the playstyle. I think the lack of movement skills is kind of rough, but from what I've seen, it's not the end of the world. You're certainly not a zippy class. There will be no teleporting across the map on Sork or doing giant jumps. So this is our primary builder. We're using Hemorrhage, Enhanced Hemorrhage, and the Initiate's Hemorrhage. The first node upgrade makes it so after we pick up a Blood Orb, which spawns from killing mobs and from using this skill, it will do like a splash damage, which is great, especially paired with the last skill, which gives a chance to, every time we hit something with Hemorrhage, including the AoE splash, we have a chance to Fortify. Fortify is great because it just adds to our survivability, and I haven't used a single potion all the way up to, I think I was like 24 by the time I actually had to press Q for the first time, which was interesting, mostly because you get Blood Orbs for free playing with the Hemorrhage and the Bloodlines line. Speaking of Bloodlines, that's our primary spender. You spam this bad boy. Supernatural's pretty good, Enhanced is good, but I think Supernatural is really the good part. It's every 8 uses of it, you're guaranteed an overpower, and it will spawn a Blood Orb, which is like a free potion. For 1 point investment, I don't really feel like it gets any better than Blood Mist here, which makes you immune, removes all negative effects on you. You can also do it while you are stunned, and it drains health from things around you. So if you're in a tight spot or you got a really bad case of poison from a world boss, this is a good way to get rid of that. Up here we have the boss run. Simple playstyle, throw down Decrepify, just start building and spending, throw out your lances, use Hemorrhage to get them back, maintain your debuff. I noticed that minions, once they decide on a target, they stick to that target. So if you are fighting a boss and one of your skeletons is obsessed with a commander minion for some reason, just help him take that out with some well-placed blood lances and a little hemorrhaging, and he'll go right back to where he needs to be, which would be the boss. So I've noticed that about the AI. They stick to whatever they want to fight. So a little help for them. So that's the dungeon. Easy peasy. No complications. I played the whole 25 levels using this build and slight variations, which I may make videos on later, but as you can see, the gear is not impressive. It's some magic items, a handful of rares. I didn't get a single legendary until the like mid-20s. I was like 23, I think, the first time I got an actual drop, and it was crap. So you don't need geared for this. I know a lot of people have the Zizzerin video in their mind, I suppose, at this point, with the Corpse Explosion and Bloodless, but there are requirements to that build as far as lucky drops go, so for leveling, not so much. You can see we were using Hemorrhage, Bloodlance, like we talked about. The Enhanced is okay, but really it's just to get a point up into Supernatural, which I think is the bee's knees, because after it uses that guaranteed overpower, the free Blood Orb is the way to go. 1 point of Blood Mist, can't miss. 3 points into Skeleton Warrior Mastery because they are the crux of dealing damage. Decrepify, and the first point of investment to get the stun on hit, I think is the way to go if you're planning on playing this sort of build. Maybe I make a video later talking about in higher levels and certain legendaries that are especially good. As far as the warriors are concerned, I feel like this first rank of skirmishers for the extra one is really the only choice. Reapers are good too, especially this first point here, because that will work with Decrepify. It will reduce their big swing from 10 seconds to 8 seconds, because everything will be slowed or stunned or CC'd if it's in Decrepify, and you can spam it for free, so that's something worth checking out. I just feel like the attack kind of slow. Anyway, until next time, take care.